Welcome back to the Design, Creativity and Technology channel. My name's Aaron.
About approximately 7 years ago, I did a little video on showing you guys how to use Fusion 360 via the web browser. Now, probably a couple of years after I did that video, Autodesk retracted this option. You could no longer use it. Well, look, great news. The wait is over. I've just found out that Fusion is still available to be accessed through the web browser. So I'll place the link in the video description and show you how to get there today. So I'm going to click on this link here, and this will open up the Fusion browser access. Now, I've been playing around with this, and I'm very surprised by it. It's everything Fusion desktop version can do. However, it's a little bit slower, all right, depending on your internet connection and your computer. Now, the computer I'm using here today is a Mac. I think it's got an M1 chip or something like that. So let's launch Fusion. Now, it takes a little bit of time to load. Now, while it's loading, I will speed this up for you. Now, the load time there wasn't too long to wait. It was probably around maybe a minute, but I'll clarify that in a second when I edit the video. It looks identical to your Fusion desktop version once it's loaded. You've even got access to your data panel, just how it would perform, any other way. So it's quite good in that respect. So let's have a little bit of a test drive here and show you guys what it's capable of. Now, whatever you can do in the desktop version, you can do here in this version as well. And believe it or not, you can even do cam. Now, when I've been playing with the cam, I have realized that simulation time is slowed down rather significantly. So just bear that in mind. Now, the reason why I would be advocating for using this online version, so as you guys know, I'm an educator. I'm a high school educator. I've worked at TAFE colleges and lectured at university and all that sort of stuff. Now, some schools have a lot of trouble installing Fusion 360, and the reason for this is that they run proxies and firewalls, and 9 times out of 10, the IT department is too lazy to correct that. So a lot of teachers were frustrated with Fusion. They were leaving to go to Onshape. If you're an education user of Fusion, as you know, you get save your files unlimited. You've got full access to 5-axis CNC machining if you want to. All right, so let's just do some of the basic stuff here, guys. So I'm just going to show you an extrusion operation. So I'm just off the cuff here. I won't be worrying about sizes or anything like that. I'll just be extruding this up. And you can see this is real time. Let's put another extrusion in that. I'll see if it snaps and goes up from the center. It does. Pretty much does. You can see there is some latency time there. So that was an extrude. This one will be an extrude cut. If I grab that drag handle and -10, we'll just pull that down here out of the way. Change the distance to all. Beautiful. Let's try a circular pattern. This is not a tutorial on how to use Fusion, guys. This is just showing you that will the browser perform like the desktop. Let's change that to features. Let's pick that feature in the timeline. Let's tell the axis is that circle there. It will default to 3. We can change that if we wanted to. Beautiful. So there's our basic extrude, cut, and circular pattern. Let's try another one in the list here. So we've got extrude. Let's try revolve. So create a sketch. We'll pick that one here. We'll just do a simple bowl shape. And let's hold the mouse down and see if it will curve around. Yep, it does. Up we come here. Back in. I'm not worried about sizes or anything like that, guys, for you. Now, we have got some latency with zooming in with the scroll wheel on my mouse, but that could also be due to my internet connection. Now, I am on a fiber optic connection to the house here. I'll go past this and use a constraint in Sketch. Right, let's try our constraint, a perpendicular constraint. Not a problem. Okay, let's finish that sketch. Let's just revolve that now. Go to a 360 view so you can see it. The profile's auto-selected, but let's pick it again. Let's pick that center axis. And there's our bowl shape. Simple bowl. Let's do a fit. change from zoom to fit, shortcuts F6, A for appearance. Let's put a timber appearance in here. So I haven't tried this on the web version before. Let's try wood, sorry. There you go. Let's put a bamboo appearance on that. Yep, working, not a problem. So there's our basic bowl shape. Let's do one more. Let's have a look. So we've done an extrude, revolve. Okay, let's do a sweep. A good sweep that I like to show here is just the old paper clip, and I've done a video on that previously. And like I said, I'm not worried too much about sizes here. I just want to give you guys a bit of a demo on it. I think being available in the browser is a game changer, especially for education, especially for those schools I was telling you about, those high schools that couldn't be bothered fixing their IT and fixing the proxies and firewalls for their students. Let's finish that sketch here. Let's come back to our home view. So let's pick another work plane here. We'll pick the front one, C for circle. We'll snap it here, little snap. Finish that sketch. Back to our home, let's try it. And a sweep. We want profile will be that. Path will be that. Well, I'm pretty happy with that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you guys, but this has definitely opened up some possibilities. All right, so let's just go back. I won't save that. Let's just go back to the first one. All right, and what I might do here, I might just put a circle. I'll go back to that first sketch. I'm just going to put a little circle in the middle here, and I will actually dimension that to 10. We will amend that extrusion. I'll pick that one as well and click OK. All right, so let's now jump into CAM and let's see if we can put a toolpath on that. Now, I haven't used CAM. I've simulated, but I haven't actually tried to use it. So let's get straight in. Let's do a quick setup for you. New setup. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to leave that there. Don't worry about it. It's rectangular. That's fine. If you're using circular stock, you could change that stock. Let's put a drill in it. So drilling, drill. From my library, I'll pick my Sile CNC machine. You can see I've got the Haas machines there, which we've got at the high school where I work. I believe drills are in tool number 5 for me, so there it is there. Let's select that. Let's just select that hole anyway, and let's make it a full retract G83 PEX cycle. Let's give that a crack. Here we go. Simulate that. Oh, it's still generating, so it took a bit of time. There is some latency there, and let's just simulate that. There we go. Let's try one more toolpath on here. Let's just do I won't adaptive clear this. I'll just hit it straight up with an end mill. Old school. So you can see here the latency. My mouse takes a while. I'm going a bit too fast for it. Let's use this roughing end mill that I've got for steel. And let's just pick that bottom line there. Click OK. All right, now let's see how it handles 2 simulations at once. And go. Alrighty, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I've shown you something today, and for me, I think it's a game changer, and I'm definitely going to be using this in my classroom. And our school is sorted out. The students have access to Fusion. It's not a problem. We've worked around the proxies and firewalls problem that the Department of Education puts on us. However, sometimes the student's laptop will break down and they'll borrow a spare one from the office. So therefore now there's no excuse. They can still do their work because they can get on here via Google Chrome and get on the online version. All right, thanks for spending some time with me today, ladies and gents, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.